Hello together, it's Kathy, and today we're going to talk about biting issues with your dog, how you can actually resolve them. So this video is especially for Fritz. Fritz told me that he has a dog who shows biting behavior. Um, this dog showed that behavior before. Then they went to a dog training school, like a classic dog training school in Germany. Three months later, it got better, but then a car accident happened, and since then, it's again quite bad. I only got a short message, so I can't tell much more, um, and have to be quite general. But like, let's first talk about why 3 months of dog training won't do that much, right? It's not helping your dog to regulate his nervous system directly over thousands of repetitions, and no failure you can achieve to help your dog, right? But if it's very bad, uh, what we usually tend to do is suppress their behavior and not resolve it, right? What I'm going to teach you on that channel is how to directly communicate to the nervous system and give your dog what he needs in order to be able to relax and not react to those situations anymore. So first of all, your dog Fritz, he doesn't feel safe, right? He didn't feel safe before, and after that car accident, he doesn't feel safe in his skin anymore at all, right? Of course, like he walks in life, and suddenly out of nowhere, you could also you could also use the term trauma. Although me personally, I don't like talking about in diagnosis or so, but to have an idea, there's a big shock in his nervous system, and he's constantly in alarm. Like even if he's like sleeping or so, his subconscious mind will constantly check his environment for danger, right? And for you, your number job is to make him feel safe, right? But very important for you to understand is that there's nothing or not much you can do to him or at him, right? He's in a red zone, as far as I understood. He even bites you. So, like, every energy you direct towards your dog is too much, right? He needs to have a safe zone. And what your number one job now is to make him see that you are taking responsibility for everything that's going on. Because for him, the tiniest movement of whatever that he doesn't know what it is, like he doesn't know, I'm not talking about his mind, what is that, but about his nervous system, right? Like imagine a big giant alien spider would put his foot there, probably your nervous system would be like, what the heck is that? And for him, everything he hasn't learned when he was in his like puppy times or afterwards, what feels safe is a potential danger for him. It's a threat, will be perceived as a threat. So he's going to react. And he's not thinking in me and you, but he's like, I don't want to call it thinking, but from his intuition, right? From his nature, there's only the pack. And if you don't take responsibility for your surrounding, he's going to do that. What means uh, you have to do that. And how do you do that? Like, leave him like he is, right? I am going to talk about how you can also tell his nervous system that he's going to relax, right? There are specific body language, let's call it signs or patterns that you can use. But for now, to really make an emphasizes whatever on that, like security, safety is the first value for every mammal, right? Even for us humans, if we don't feel safe, we're stressed. That is not good for our thinking or intelligence, right? And but that's a completely different topic. If you want to hear me more talking about stress and what it does to your system and to your intelligence, like leave me a comment. You can ask me whatever you want. But now let's focus on safety as being the number one value for every mammal, right? So you have to provide it to him. You have to be very present, right? Most of us, we have our awareness everywhere, everywhere. More like a Gießkanne in German, right? When you like put water to your flowers, there's like you think about your daughter, what is she's going to do at school. You're thinking about what to eat tomorrow. You're thinking about, oh, did I do the laundry this morning? And there are so many things that your mind is busy with. You're not present, and that's the key. Present and kind of in a zero, right? I can only explain that conceptually. Um, like mindfulness would be another term, being a very conscious. So being present without a like without so much disturbance, whatever in your mind, without so much mind activities, not so much thinking. This will also calm your dog because he reacts to your thinking levels actually. If you really want to have a deep dive, what I can only recommend, have a look at the trust technique from James French. I'll put it in the links. It's cost like £9 to start with. If you take the whole course, what is 300, you'll like, yeah, it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. But for now, let's say start without $9 and see where this is taking you, right? Um, so safety, it's your job, right? And let your dog know every movement there is. Let him know, I've seen that. I got that. You're safe. I got that. You're safe, right? So for calmer, more sensitive dogs like my dog, right? I can only be like, he got me. But for example, this like wild Argentinian border collie, you can also see videos. Rocco from my soul friend Teddy in Barcelona. When I was with him, I think I didn't take a video because I couldn't. But we were on the beach, or like we were about to enter the beach, and I was like, "You're so excited! I can't take you off leash. Like you're going to be full crazy. So let's relax first, right?" So we were there at the entrance of the beach, and he was like barking at everything, at every person running, at every person cycling, everybody, right? And I couldn't be like, I see that. At some point, I started not to yell at him, but just to yell, to be very, very intensive. I saw that. Yeah, I'm also seeing that person, and I see that person, and I see that person. I pointed at everybody and everything moving, telling him very intensely, I see that. And I was like, even, do you think I'm blind? Do you think I'm deaf? Right? I talked in German because that's my mother tongue, but like I really was like pointing to everything, and because I was so intense, I got his attention, right? Because they are so focused, so on danger, they actually don't hear you. Think of it. If you really like are focused on something, are you perceiving the highway in the background noise, like the noise from the highway in the background? You're nothing else but high or car noise in the background. If you're not calm yourself and if you're not intense yourself. So this is what you do. You like start to give him an idea of I'm aware of the surrounding and I'm present. Practice presence. If you're lucky enough to speak German, there's a recommendation of a guru we actually have. He will lead you to that presence. It's amazing. You can also ask me more questions if you like to, or see my German channel or whatever. But presence, being aware, letting him know that you're taking on the lead, what means you guarantee safety, right? And you see him, and also stop correcting him, right? He wants to express himself, he wants to do what's in his nature, and you thinking that this is not the behavior that's right, it is the right behavior. There's no failure in nature, right? It's like your concepts that stand in the way of doing what's right in that moment. So he's like, whoa, 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 that's so dangerous. And you're like, stop, 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 stop. You're blocking the energy. You're more like compressing it, but it won't get better, right? There are some dog trainers who are so, like, let's call it aggressive, dominant. So, like, the animal in the end has more fear of punishment than of acting out their fears regarding the environment. Like very nervous dogs, you can see with those dog trainers. Stop doing that. That's like completely BS, right? You want him to feel safe in his own body and not be like, okay, I don't move because my leader is more dangerous than that danger, right? This is the whole story about dominating techniques. They work because those animals have fear. If you want me to talk more about dominating technique and really like get into it, I'm also totally open for any other view on that. Like we can discuss it in detail. Like I'm like I really want to know the truth and not give you any concepts or so, right? For now, what I found out is security, safety, number one value, right? And then there's like body language that you can use, right? Got that. And you can, so again, for that body language, it's $35 American dollars for a course of Sharon and Laura Wilsey that I'm also going to link in the description. And there's a book going to come out at some point. And me, I'm also showing you in another video. If you are interested, leave me a comment if you are, because here, like, I'm now at the Soy Dog Foundation. It's my first day here, and my aim is to show you in practice, right? But actually, like hips and here, if you like, if that is the whatever tail, right? Tail swish is like everything is fine. Like you can put your hand here very very gently, right, without any intentions other to say I'm here, you're okay, and just see what this is doing to your dog, right? Like on the back, right where the tail is starting, right? And also very important, don't try to force any connection on your dog, right? Once your dog is calm, once it has this feeling of safety in its nervous system, it will naturally connect. I can tell from my own childhood and from my own past, when I felt threatened by my mom, right? This was more like, haha, mom, if you're ever going to see that, what you're not, because you're not interested in me. Um, and my dad came to kind of comfort me. I couldn't take any hugs. I couldn't, because I could not protect myself and have a connection. This is like contradictional in your nervous system. Once you are in fight flight, there's no room for connection. That's also why, like, people that are very stressed out do have difficulties in their relationships, right? Or when you have a partner that's like a manager or so, right? My background is like project management and software development and stuff. um, it's going to be hard for you to feel really seen. It's going to be hard for you to feel really heard, and to connect, to really bond. And because they can't, they just can't. Nervous system wise, they can't. It's nothing personal. And with your dog, same thing. He can't connect in that moment. So give him space, and yeah, just make sure that he feels safe in his own space. Like, maybe even arrange a corner in the house where he knows, if I sleep here, I'm good. So he can have a break. Also, get him there. There are many ideas, specific ideas that I can share, or that I just come up with. Like, it depends on your individual situation. But if you have some, if you want to have some more free dog advice on YouTube, just like send me any questions on the comments, or I'll find a way to also share my email address. Um, yeah, and I'm here volunteering, and I just spent my almost last money on the flight tickets, and now I'm here left with, I think it's now down to 30 euros. I have one more night in a very cheap hostel, and like, if there was any advice for you that where you're like, okay, that was really helpful, or you have any more questions, you can also book like one-on-one consultations. um, just give whatever it's worth for you. I'm happy to receive, I'm happy to take. Also, it would be good just to have some lunch. Yeah, that's for now. If you like that video and it helped you, give me a like, comment on it, and yeah, I'm very happy, like, looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching it.